Just moments away from the start of this one, UNLV, coached by Rich Ryerson. He is in his 10th season, was a 4-year starter as a player with the Rebels, and now we are underway as that one going to go all the way back to Esqueen, and the first possession for UNLV is short-lived as this is a goal kick for the Lancers. So CBU will go on the road to Air Force, which is kind of always a tough matchup, especially when you got to travel. It's very important for them to get a point or two here against UNLV. Lancers had plenty of chances against Grand Canyon on Friday, as that is Oliver Briniew's far side. Laid back to Tete Vacas, who has 3 goals this season, has really been kind of a surprise for the Lancers, a transfer from Marshalltown Community College in Iowa. Won WAC Player of the Week earlier this season, and he already has 8 points with 3 goals and 2 assists for the Lancers. And that's a good takeaway by Vacas as we talk about him there. Here comes Chris Heckenberg for CBU. Heckenberg waiting for help as he takes the ball to his left. Heckenberg right along that far sideline, lays it back. Now inside, that's Brian Gonzalez back out for Heckenberg. Calling for it over on the near side was Daniel Junsen. He's not going to get it. And so it's out of play. Lucas Betts will have the goal kick. He's a sophomore from Germany. Big German influence in recruiting for UNLV. Majority of the foreign athletes on the roster for the Rebels are from Germany, but a lot of Las Vegas natives as well, playing for their hometown university. Here's Hackenberg. Off the throw, and he loses it, and UNLV will look to move out. This is a long run for Hayden Prasad. Didn't get there, and now Gonzalez runs onto this one, tries to lay it out in front of Vacas. And Gonzalez now just goes back to Ruben Das, the junior from Manchester, England, and it's turned over. Midfield, that was Timo Milish. Back to Meacham. And you can hear Lucas Betts telling his guys to keep the ball moving as much as possible. This Lancer defense, once again, very strong this season. Has not surrendered more than 2 goals in a match all season long. And if you get caught sleeping for a moment, they'll take the ball away from you. So UNLV looking to string together some good passes and keep the ball moving as much as possible. That's Uri Mosqueda, the junior from Fontana, who sends it out of bounds, far side, throw in UNLV. So a conference matchup for the Lancers as the Rebels come to town. Members of the WAC for men's soccer as UNLV. And Gonzalez stepped in there. And he's going to draw the foul as it goes against Bailey Leatherman. Tim Bernardson gets the start. True freshman. The only change in the starting lineup for the Lancers from Friday's lineup is here is a rough turnover for CBU. John Linham had an opportunity. Now CBU going to get called for offside. So UNLV have to restart. Going to get Junsen for the foul. As Hayden Prasad, the freshman from Henderson, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas. So taken by Marco Gonzalez from the near side here. Everybody on the far side of the box, except for Prasad. This one curved far post, headed away by Bernardson. He's the tallest player out there, and he uses that to his advantage on defense. Vakas with speed, far sideline. He's got Heckenberg making a run on the opposite side, but Vakas has it pushed out of bounds. Mosqueda plays it back to Linus Manson. He's been kind of a leader on defense for CBU, a senior from Sweden. Aguirre plays it to Manson. Victor Aguirre also a senior, so a good experienced group on the back line for the Lancers. And once again, Jönsson calling for it. Not going to get it. Instead, they go up ahead to Brinius. That one bounces in front of him. Brinius trying to control, lays it back for Das, who just rifles off a shot, and it's going to be way off target. It's a warm one in Riverside, so we'll have a water break about midway through this first half. But Lucas Betts with the goal kick for UNLV. Header for Prasad. Taken back over by Leatherman. Inside, touched back by Linham. Elish running with it, puts one on the ground. Bernardson is in the way. Gonzalez taps it further to Brinius. Vakas playing up across midfield. Vakas gets it. Now he tries to make a move down the sideline. Vakas cannot escape the tackle. And so a quick throw in for CBU. Mosqueda. Brinius, far side. Gonzalez tried to lay it back in for Vakas and just couldn't get it there. Mosqueda trying to keep it with the Lancers. Back up to Oliver Brinius. All the way back to Manson now. Short pass Mosqueda inside Aguirre, and Jönsson just really wants the ball. He's going to get it. Daniel Jönsson crosses it, and that goes out of play. We had Heckenberg and Vakas running onto it. So not a bad decision from Jönsson, just a bit off target. And Betts again with a goal kick for UNLV. Drops into Bernardson. That's Gonzalez, Brian Gonzalez, the redshirt sophomore from Temecula. Gonzalez makes his way right to left across the field. Mosqueda, far sideline, right back into Gonzalez. Gives it to Aguirre. You can hear Escuin being very vocal today, trying to get his guys in position. That pass to Jönsson, couldn't handle it and keep it alive. So UNLV quickly back the other way. Bernardson with help heads it away. Near side out of the reach of Prasad. It'll be a Lancer throw-in for Jönsson. Gonzalez, one touch and it's turned over. Lancers trying to get it right back, and Gonzalez cleans up for his own mistake. Good hustle by Brian Gonzalez. Just a tough player in the midfield for the Lancers. Back to Betts. And Betts plays it to his right. Out of bounds, Lancer throwing on that far side. Well, CBU coached by Co Michelson. He is in his 4th season, leading the Lancers. Well, halftime from the CBU women's soccer game. The Lancers out shooting New Mexico State 6-5 in a scoreless game at the half. So a road matchup for women's soccer today as they continue conference play. Nice sequence of headers and now a whistle against CBU. So they're going to get the Lancers for offsides. Near side, Prasad working against Yunson. Plays it back to Leatherman, who shoots, and Aguirre is in the way. Hackenberg shoulders it down. Brenius tries to go to Vakas, and it's intercepted. Far sideline for UNLV. Played back to today's captain, Nico Klassen. Was on the all-WAC freshman team last season. Nick Williams, and then all the way back to Betts for UNLV. Near side, Ruben Doss almost with the steal. Leatherman brings it across for UNLV, just going to try to lay one out in front of Prasad. Getting back is Bernardson, but here come the Rebels again. Prasad plays it inside. Marco Gonzalez, preseason all-WAC selection. Gonzalez working into the box, and Brian Gonzalez comes over to cut him off. Here comes Hackenberg, turnover in midfield. Vakas able to control it. Tete Vakas to the middle of the field. Vakas top of the box, his shot knocked down, and the rebound comes back out and is cleared away by UNLV. Tete Vakas with a good look, set up by Hackenberg. Now Ruben Doss right back on it. One move to his left. Now spreads it out back wide to the right, tries to cross one, and it is into the box. Mishandled for a moment by Betts, but he's able to cover it up, and the Lancers with a good opportunity. That one played into the back of the referee. He seems to be a bit shaken up. Yunson is going to do the right thing and just hold up for a moment until the referee says it's good to play on. Gonzalez working inside. Brian Gonzalez fires one, and the Lancers strike first. Brian Gonzalez, 1-0 CBU. Referee is considered just a part of the field. It was played off the back of the referee. Daniel Yunson had it. He paused for a moment to make sure the official was okay, and then played it to Brian Gonzalez, who picked his way into the box and went opposite side of the goal to touch twine and put the Lancers up first. First goal for CBU in their last 5 matches. And that one feels like a sigh of relief for CBU. And it was a beauty from Brian Gonzalez. And speaking of Gonzalez, he commits a foul along the far sideline. Lancers up early. So Yunson going to get the assist. Gonzalez the goal. Comes at about the 13-minute mark. And this one just directly on frame, where Esqueen will handle it. Albert Esqueen made 14 starts last season. He was the Defensive Player of the Week in October of 2018. The Lancers were picked to finish 8th in the Western Athletic Conference, the preseason poll. UNLV, in the coaches' poll, selected to finish 5th. The Rebels looking to answer now, trailing by a goal. There's Gonzalez to his left for Leatherman. All kinds of space to start things off on this attack. Prasad curves one away from the goal. And it's a goal kick for Esqueen. Just about 15 minutes gone. And the Lancers with an early goal. Brian Gonzalez. That is his first goal of the season, his third as a college athlete. Had 2 goals and 2 assists last season for CBU. Stoppage on the far side. Lancers will have a free kick, chance to get some water, but not the official water break yet. Gonna give it back to UNLV. Play to the near side for James Dry. One bounce into the box as Esqueen out to get it for CBU. Well, Lancer fans, CBU soccer season tickets are the perfect way to guarantee your seating for the entire season. Enjoy discounts off individual game pricing, exclusive benefits, and free parking with your purchase. Season tickets start at just $29 and can be purchased at cbulancers.com or by calling 877-456-Lancers. Near side for Dry. Working to his left. Taps it over to Prasad. Flings it to the far sideline now. All the way to the back line. Vacas hurrying after it. And he forced Nick Williams to retreat all the way back to his keeper. Midfield for UNLV. There's Aguirre. Plays it through to Das. Good pass. Just a dart to find Ruben Das. He goes down. Almost kept it with CBU from a laying position. Dry near side for UNLV. He's a senior from Las Vegas. Meacham, a sophomore from Vegas. Plays it as Bernardson just pops it in the air. Gonzalez had one touch, but UNLV on the move. Allen, far side for the Rebels. Sealed off by Gonzalez. Here comes Aguirre. Aguirre out in front of Vacas. He's onside. Vacas has Das. He just chips that one, and it's going to go all the way across the mouth of the goal and out of play. And I think they're going to say it was touched by UNLV. So a corner on the way for the Lancers. Linus Manson and Oliver Brinius headed that way. We'll see which one of them takes it. Brian Gonzalez with the lone goal to put CBU up early. Brinius and Manson there to take it. And it's Brinius who sends it a long way. Bernardson has to chase it down. Bernardson controls along the end line and earns another corner kick for the Lancers, this time from the opposite side. Brinius, just a little too much strength on that corner kick. He'll get a second chance, though, thanks to Bernardson. And keep an eye on Tim Bernardson, the freshman from Sweden. Again, he's the tallest guy out there. If you can find his head as he's crashing the net, good things could happen on offense for the Lancers. And you see Bernardson winding up for a run toward the goal. Instead, they play it short. Brinius back out to Manson. Back inside. Gonzalez with a touch. He'll keep it with CBU. Manson again. Manson ships it. Bernardson, it's over his head. And now the Lancers will hustle back on defense as UNLV takes over. Mosqueda tracking back on this one. Gets a head on it, but it comes right back to UNLV. Jonsson in the air, and now a whistle is a foul against CBU. UNLV wanted to go quickly, but the referee says they got to come back. Got to think that about the next stoppage is when we'll have that water break. Meacham with it. Plays it across to Mellish. Back over toward Meacham. And that one is out of bounds. Lancers will have the throw-in. Jonsson. Sends it in over the head of Aguirre. This one in the air. Hackenberg is waiting for it to come down. He heads it to Aguirre, and Aguirre tries to go right to left. Vacas almost touched it right back to Aguirre. Would have been a nice give and go, but Aguirre had been taken down, and he draws a foul for it. So Aguirre and Manson are there. Free kick for the Lancers. Two-man wall for UNLV. Aguirre plays it to Manson. Speeds after it near side. Fight for it in the corner. The Lancers will have a throw-in. Substitutions for both teams.
Now entering for the Lancers, number 9, Sebastian
Wiesbach, who started on Friday, is going to take the place of Ruben Das.
Now entering for UNLV, number 12, Brian Martinez-Serrano, number 13, Skylar Gu.
Played all the way back to Manson. He can go back to Escuin if he wants to, and he does. And Escuin fires it. Jonsson tries to head it toward the goal. Gonzalez comes onto the loose ball for a moment. Taken away by Leatherman, though. Meacham. Mellish. Far corner for UNLV. And a good steal by Udi Mosqueda. Made 8 starts as a sophomore in 2018. Here's Vacas. Vacas holding up. Now he plays it the far side for Brinius. Back in toward Vacas, and it's turned aside. Aguirre runs onto this loose ball. Aguirre runs into trouble, and now Aguirre turns away from the defense, chips it to the top of the box. Hackenberg steals it right back. Gonzalez, Hackenberg dummies it through Aguirre. In the air, Brenius was the intended target, and instead it's deflected out of bounds by UNLV. Mosqueda will have the throw in for the Lancers. Mosqueda throws in. Brenius trying to stay with it into the box. Gonzalez there for the Lancers. UNLV just trying to get it onto the other half of the field and having a little trouble. So they'll call on Betts to put it in the air. Junsen heads it down. Aguirre has it taken away. Martinez Serrano, the leading points scorer for UNLV with 3 goals and 3 assists for a total of 9 points. Working back inside. Vacas is right there on some of those passes. UNLV's got to be careful because Tente Vacas has got a lot of speed. Near side, it comes to Meacham. Just chucks it ahead for Martinez Serrano, a freshman from Las Vegas. And the most important newcomer, it seems, for the Rebels so far this season. And here comes the water break. With 18:56 on the clock, the Lancers and Rebels will get a chance to hydrate. CBU and UNLV in a conference battle. The Lancers scored first on a goal from Brian Gonzalez. He was assisted by Daniel Junsen. Chance for the coaches to go over some tactical stuff with their guys as well. It is a sunny, warm Sunday afternoon here in Riverside. Altura Credit Union is a proud partner of CBU Athletics. Members can show their school pride with a CBU-themed debit card. For more information, visit a branch location near you or go to alturascu.com. And the team behind the team is the Lancer Athletics Association. The LAA is comprised of alumni, family, and friends of CBU Athletics, providing financial support for 20 varsity programs and over 400 student athletes. Become a member today by visiting cbulancers.com/donate. Getting ready to be underway again here from the Lancers soccer field. Junsen will have the throw in for the Lancers from the near side. And it goes. Brenius, the first to touch it, loses it right back. Skylar Gu, a freshman from Hawaii.
And entering for UNLV, number 20, Sam Morin.
Clausen, as that one is deflected into the sky, and it comes down to Niklas Hackenstad over there. Hackenberg at midfield. He's going to get it now. And Hackenberg slings it ahead for Brenius. Flags stay down. Brenius has it. Works east to west. Now tries to play it through for Wiesbach, and he couldn't get it all the way through. So we'll go over to Hackenstad, far side. Hackenstad holding up, playing it back to Wiesbach. Wiesbach heading down the sideline. Wiesbach's crosser is turned aside. Throwing for the Lancers. Mosqueda will take it. Mosqueda into Wiesbach. And it's turned over. Hackenstad trying to get it right back. Wiesbach with a touch toward the end line and out of play. So Betts will boot it away for UNLV. Out of bounds, throw in Lancer. That's Vakas off the throw in. Wiesbach running with it. Wiesbach plays it to Brenius near side. Brenius back to Wiesbach. One dribble to his right, fires and just misses wide right. But a good look for Sebastian Wiesbach. Ayers Hotels is the preferred hotel partner of CBU Athletics. With convenient locations near CBU's campus, visit AyersHotels.com to make your reservations for your next visit to Riverside. Ayers Hotels, elevate your stay. Bounces back to Esquine. Over near side, Jonsson trying to run onto it. Strong defense by Gu. Jonsson going to get whistled for the foul. Lined ahead to Bernardson. Bernardson one touch, loses it right back. Martinez Serrano. That one toward the end line. Long run for Gu. He wanted to foul, and he's not going to get it. Well, the Lancers in their second year. Provisional membership in NCAA Division I and the Western Athletic Conference. Their first year of Division I competition, 9-9-1. They went 5-6 in conference play. They'll be eligible for postseason play in just a couple of years now. Wiesbach, that's Hackenstad. Back to Mosqueda. Hackenstad again. Back to Manson, and back further, Bernardson. Hackenberg turned over at midfield. Strong tackle by Jonsson. They were going to get him for a foul. They say play on. So that gave advantage to UNLV. 1-0 CBU, thanks to a goal by Brian Gonzalez. Inside of 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Relatively quick first frame. Not a whole lot of stoppages other than the quick water break. Vacas lost it for a moment. Wiesbach won it back for CBU. Wiesbach gets it far sideline, plays it ahead for Hockenstad. Hockenstad with good speed. He's taken down from behind, and he will draw a foul. That'll be a good spot for a free kick as well for the Lancers. Now Hockenstad is slow to get up. The referee going to mark everything off now. We'll see how many guys UNLV chooses to put in a wall here. And it's going to be 3. Manson will take it. Brinius is heading over there. Now just a 2-man wall for UNLV. Manson leaves it for Brinius, and his crosser is off the back of what looked like Milish for UNLV. So Mosqueda fires this one into the box. A header is handled by Betts. And that neutralizes the threat from CBU. Bud's Tire Pros is a proud sponsor of CBU Athletics. Voted the best automotive repair shop in the Inland Empire, Bud's Tire Pros serves the automotive repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers throughout the Riverside and Moreno Valley areas. Bud's Tire Pros, nobody beats Bud's. CBU's almost full court press like defense is causing troubles for UNLV. There's a turnover as it comes to Gonzalez, taken right back by Leatherman though. And Leatherman spins away from Gonzalez. Leatherman working with it. Lays it back to Milish. Inside, Linham. And they're going to get Bernardson for the foul. And again, a good set piece for UNLV. This one not too far above the box. It looks like Milish is going to take it. But Clausen is there as well. Milish was named the WAC Player of the Week on September 16th. He was preseason all WAC, and he just misses the near upper 90 on that free kick.
Now entering for UNLV, number 3, Connor Ryan.
So UNLV will make a sub. Connor Ryan comes on for the Rebels.
Now entering for the Lancers, number 13, Jerry Ramirez.
This one rocketed into the box, and a squee not to get it. As Gu was charging hard. They'll play it on the ground to Manson far side. That's Jerry Ramirez applying the pressure. And now the Lancers are going to get the throw in. Inside of 10 minutes to play in the first half. Mosqueda fires it in to Hockenstad, who settles it. Hockenstad back to Mosqueda. Back further to Heckenberg. Jonsson is by himself near side for the moment. Instead, Bernardson goes to the opposite side for Hockenstad, who keeps it in play. And Hockenstad, working his way toward the box, crosses one, and it's turned aside and cleared away. Gu trying to run it down. Mosqueda comes sliding back to send it to Manson safely. Over to Bernardson. Up to Brenius. Brenius is run off the ball by Gu. Hackenberg steps in. Hockenstad is there. Played back to Manson. Back to Esqueen. And near side for Bernardson. All the way down, Jerry Ramirez was giving chase. Betts will handle it, and Ramirez forces him to pick it up quickly. Played back to Meacham. Gonzalez is charging hard, so they play to the back line again. Here comes Milish. And UNLV. There's Gonzalez sending one over to Dry near side. James Dry crosses one. Mosqueda watching it go out of bounds. And it's a goal kick for CBU. Finn McDaniel going to come on for the Lancers.
Now entering for
He
the
will
Lancers,
replace
number
Ramirez.
18, Finn McDaniel.
McDaniel, the sophomore from Corona. Made one start as a true freshman last season.
Now entering for UNLV, number 16, Chilo Sanchez.
Manson. Mosqueda. Now Esqueen has to just chip it to his left for Manson, who sends it along further for Mosqueda into Heckenberg. Mosqueda. Wiesbach has it go just past his toes. Couldn't get a touch on it. And now a throw in for UNLV. Leatherman plays it to Clausen. Back to the near side, that's Wren. Sam Wren from Hawaii. Manson chases back on that one and sends it out of bounds. Leatherman. Dry. Mosqueda. Bounce back up to Clausen for UNLV. Dry again. Feels the pressure from McDaniel, so he just dumps it off. And Ryan cannot keep it in play. And the Lancers will have a throw in going the other way. Another throw in for CBU. Mosqueda will take it again. Hockenstad touches it back to Mosqueda, keeping it himself. Now Gonzalez tried to split defenders. He was tripped up, and that draws a foul. Jimmy John's is proud to support CBU athletics. At Jimmy John's, they spend 6 hours prepping every day, baking bread, slicing all natural meats, and slicing fresh veggies so they can make you a tasty sandwich in just 30 seconds. Because sandwich. Order and see the details at jimmyjohns.com. Here come the Lancers. Hockenstad trying to work his way through the UNLV defense. Out of bounds, far sideline, UNLV quick throw-in. Gu with it. Plays it near side. Sanchez into the box. Sanchez, a shot. That one touched by CBU, so Esquine has to come out and slide on top of it. Just outside of 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Lancers up by 1 thanks to a goal by Brian Gonzalez. Bouncing back to Betts. Wren plays it across for UNLV. And then Wren gets it back. It's Jerry Ramirez flying around for CBU. UNLV trying to level and equalize before halftime. Inside of 2.5 to work with. Now when sent across, Mosqueda headed it away and now going after it to get it. He commits a foul for the Lancers. So a free kick for UNLV, 2-man wall for CBU. Looks like Clausen is going to take it. Line drive into the box. Esquine got a hand on it, enough to change course and force it to miss the goal. And now with just over a minute to play in the first half, UNLV with their first corner kick of the match. Sent to the far post and too far. Goal kick for CBU.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
So the Lancers with a lead nearing the end of the first half. Brian Gonzalez, Daniel Yunsen on the assist. CBU struck just about 13 minutes into the game. Far side, Mosqueda. Out of bounds throw in for UNLV. Betts playing up. Sends it all the way to Esquine,
9, 8, 7.
who is just going to hang on to this one. He will probably have the last word in this first half. And the Lancers will take a 1-goal lead to the halftime locker room as the Lancers get Brian Gonzalez to put him on top early. CBU leading the University of Nevada, Las Vegas in conference game number 3 here on the Lancer Digital Network and the WAC Digital Network. My name is Colin Holtz. When we come back, second half action for you as the Lancers look to defend this lead. And so with a 1-0 advantage, the Lancers will get things started in the second half. Vacas kicks off the second half for us as they send it all the way back to Esquine. So back to Esquine once again. Made a couple saves in that first half, Esquine did. There goes Ruben Das with an opportunity to catch up to that one, and he does. Das circling back, plays it back to Hackenberg. Hackenberg chips it near side. Mosqueda waits for it. Back to Aguirre. Further to Manson. Right back to Aguirre and Mosqueda now. Woody Mosqueda dribbles in. Mosqueda cuts it back outside to give it to Hockenstad. Hockenstad crosses one. It's over the head of Vacas and out of play. Goal kick for Lucas Betts, the keeper for UNLV. So Betts, who had one save in the first half, kind of was put in a tough position on that goal by Gonzalez. He's essentially one-on-one in the shot. And he did the best he could to cut off the angle, but Gonzalez put it essentially the one place that he couldn't get to, and that's on the far side of the goal as he just snuck it in just inside the post. Manson runs onto it for CBU. Junssen up to Das, trying to go back inside to Wiesbach. James Dry with the throw in for UNLV. Another throw in, this one going to get through. Junssen had to go get it. He's just a true freshman, but one of the defenders whose name we call an awful lot. So another throw in for Dry. They're going to treat this like a corner kick. Go all the way into the box. Junssen heads it away, and the Lancers want to go on the counter quickly. It'll stay with CBU. Ruben Das, good give to Aguirre. Aguirre to Hockenstad near side. Hockenstad fires, Hockenstad scores! Niklas Hockenstad 2-zip CBU. Less than 4 minutes into this second half, the Lancers have doubled their advantage. Das to Aguirre to Hockenstad. And this is the kind of performance the Lancers have been looking for ever since that win against Purdue-Fort Wayne in the second match of the year. Trying to get back to that form. They had a very strong defensive showing against GCU, and the offense has come to play in this one as well, and everything seeming to start to come together for the Lancers in this one. So it's official. Hockenstad with the goal, assisted by Aguirre. The 48th minute. So now a bit of cushion for the Lancers. And with a defense as good as the Lancers have been thus far this season, a 2-goal lead has got to feel pretty good, but you cannot get complacent as Mosqueda there almost takes it away. Mosqueda trying to stick with it. Gu wanted the foul. He is not going to get one called. And a throw in for UNLV from the near side. All the way to the far sideline. Jonsson trying to run it down for the Lancers. Gonna shield it across the sideline. And it'll be a throw in for CBU. Inside Heckenberg, Hockenstad again. Hockenstad gonna be onside. Hockenstad lays it back across, does! And the Lancers almost made it 3-0. Niklas Hockenstad off the bench in this one has been a difference maker. Almost set up another goal there. Long ball, Manson heads it down. Hackenberg giving chase, Hackenberg. As it's played back now to Aguirre. And back further to Bernardson. Esquin, near side, Mosqueda. Keeps it alive, Lancers have numbers. Wiesbach was running. And instead, Wren got there first. Far sideline for UNLV. Chipped up and into the box. Manson sends it to Hockenstad with the head. Hockenstad out ahead for Vacas. Hockenstad running by himself. If Vacas can get it to him, instead he goes across to Wiesbach. Wiesbach holds on to it. Wiesbach now cuts across the top of the box. Vacas leaves it for Wiesbach. Wiesbach tries to cross it back. Vacas redirects it in. 3-0 CBU. Tete Vacas. His fourth of the season. The ball movement by the Lancers on that offensive sequence was a thing of beauty. And they come away with a goal. Less than 8 minutes into this second half, the Lancers have tacked on 2 more.
Now entering for UNLV, number 8, Timo Melish.
And CBU in a real good position now. Haven't scored more than a goal in a match since that win over Purdue for Wayne. Now they have 3 against a conference opponent, no less. And a good one, too, UNLV. Especially in the Rich Ryerson era, has always fielded strong teams.
Number 4, Marco Gonzalez.
Aguirre takes over for the Lancers. Hockenstad near side. Hockenstad and Vacas, here they go again. Hockenstad tries to cut it back across, and he's denied by Clausen. This one sent into the box. Esquin comes out to punch it away. but I think Gonzalez was offside for UNLV. So Esqueen. You can hear Betts barking out orders for the UNLV defense. And that's going to be a foul against the Rebels as they get Leatherman for the push in the back of Aguirre. And this has been a well-rounded Lancer performance, but plenty of time left on the clock. CBU gonna have to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Manson across to Bernardson. Hackenberg touches it. Hockenstad lets it go through to Vacas. Vacas has got Mosqueda to his left. Vacas just takes it across the top of the box. Vacas goes down, and they have to give him a foul for that one. Just outside of the box. Right above the 18. And this is going to be quite the opportunity for the Lancers. Aguirre, Manson, Doss. They're all in the vicinity. Aguirre buries it. Lancers 4-0 CBU. Victor Aguirre does it himself. Unassisted Victor Aguirre.
Goal scored for the Lancers by number 6, Victor Aguirre.
Second goal of the season. And it's a big one for the Lancers as they now lead 4-0. And the floodgates have opened in this second half.
Now entering the game for UNLV, number 11, Hayden Prasad, and number 18, Nick Williams.
Aguirre spent one season at Mount San Jacinto before transferring to CBU. Started every game for the Lancers last season. Didn't have any goals as a junior. But now 2 goals this season for the Lancers, including one on the free kick right there. There's Sebastian Wiesbach back inside to Doss. And Doss shouldered down, no foul. Manson steps up to help out, and Aguirre comes back to clean things up as they send it all the way back to Esqueen. UNLV trying to make a comeback, so they're playing way up, and that's leaving all kinds of space for the Lancers when they can get on offense. Mosqueda and Gu tangled up, and they're going to whistle the foul on Gu. And now Gu is going to be substituted for. Looks like an issue with the hand. And they're going to bring John Linham on to replace him. So 32 minutes. The clock stops at 32:50. And now they reset it to 33:07. So again, it's a lot of time. The Lancers with a major lead on UNLV. Milish for the Rebels. Trying to get the ball across midfield. And a foul going to be called on Wiesbach. (4-0 Lancers). Gonzalez, Hockenstad. Vacas and Aguirre. Esqueen sends this one to Aguirre. They say he pushed off. And so UNLV will have the free kick going the other way. There's Aguirre creating the turnover. Heckenberg to Mosqueda. Wiesbach tried to one-touch it to Hockenstad. Heads out of bounds, and UNLV will have possession. Going to give him a free kick, in fact, so they get Wiesbach for the foul. Das goes down, no whistle. Sam Wren over to get it for UNLV. Wren turns it over. Junsen right back to the Rebels. One bounce, and Esqueen makes the stop. Manson. CBU's defense continuing to shine, posting a shutout so far.
Now entering the
So
game.
Mosqueda will have a throw in, but the Lancers make a substitution. Junsen replaced by Finn McDaniel. Hackenberg for CBU. Junior from Australia. He was born in Santa Clara, but grew up mostly in Australia. In his junior season with the Lancers, here's Hockenstad to Das. Crosses it back into Hockenstad. Hockenstad has it taken away. That was Hockenstad's first goal of the season moments ago for the Lancers.
Number 7, Oliver Brinius. Now entering the game for UNLV.
So Mosqueda. Junior from Fontana. Hockenstad inside to Vacas. Back out wide for McDaniel. Finn McDaniel, the sophomore from Corona. Made one start as a true freshman. Hockenstad lays it for Aguirre near side. Aguirre crosses it right back, was trying to go to Vacas, and it was turned away. Brenius back inside. Hockenstad, that one's saved. It will stay along the end line and stay in enough for Betts to scoop it up, but what an opportunity for Hockenstad trying to get a brace. And despite the 4-goal lead, the Lancers offense has not slowed down. CBU far from just parking the bus here. Staying aggressive against a conference opponent. All the way back to McDaniel, and back further to Esqueen.
the game for UNLV, number 3, Connor Ryan.
So Jerry Ramirez into the game for the Lancers.
Number 13,
Sophomore
Jerry
from
Ramirez.
Corona. As the Lancers make a couple substitutions. Daniel pops this one in the air. And Ramirez trying to get at it. Wiesbach is going to commit a foul. Free kick for UNLV. Pepsi is the official soft drink partner of California Baptist University and a proud supporter of CBU athletics. Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi. Sent near side to Grant Smith. Across to Meacham as UNLV works that back line. Turnover, Vacas. Got Wiesbach and Ramirez with him, and instead he will just try a through ball that does not connect with Ramirez. Betts is waiting for it. Spoiled is the official oil change partner of CBU Athletics and is locally owned and operated. With 2 convenient locations right here in Riverside, make sure you stop in the next time you need a quick quality oil change and get spoiled for a change. Williams for UNLV, trying to get something started offensively for the Rebels. Leading sources of offensive production this season have been Leatherman, Melish, as well as Martinez Serrano. Here's Ramirez using his speed to try to get there. Forces the turnover to Brenius, who has Vacas near side. Brenius plays it to Vacas. Right back to Brenius, crosses one, it bounces into the box and is cleared away. Aguirre and Mosqueda working together. The Lancers take it right back. Wiesbach turning, firing to Mosqueda, and he is offside. Betts going quickly. Bernardson. All the way back to Manson. Running with it, just plays it up to Vacas. Tente Vacas controlling. And Chris Hackenberg trying to get it to Ramirez. Ramirez, foot race with Linham. Won by Linham. Ramirez almost gets it back. No whistle. Ramirez with a steal. Ramirez calling for reinforcements. Ramirez into the box, trying to play it to his left. And Ramirez will be charged with the foul. Betts with it. Trying to get his guys to work their way open in the offensive half of the field. Smith slings it inside to Meacham and back to Connor Ryan, the redshirt junior from Vegas. Aguirre steps in the way of that one. Aguirre. Wiesbach just lifts it in front of Vacas. And Grant Smith is there to safely guide it back to Betts for UNLV. Far sideline for the Rebels. First offensive push in a while for UNLV. This one into the box, and Manson steps up to turn it aside. Gonzalez inside to Prasad. Stopped by Esqueen. So a corner kick for UNLV. Going to come from the far side. And it looks like Gonzalez is going to take it.
Number 10, Brian Gonzalez.
He was first team all WAC last season. Third team all region. Brian Gonzalez comes back on for the Lancers. And Gonzalez just sends it a bit too far. Aguirre runs it down for CBU. Brian Gonzalez for the Lancers. Earn a CBU throw-in.
Now entering the game for the Lancers, number 3, Daniel Johnson.
So Daniel Johnson back on for the Lancers. And that combination of veterans and new guys on the back line for the Lancers has been really working for CBU. Linus Manson is a senior. Woody Mosqueda is a junior. Here's Tete Vacas into the box. Vacas sends one across and able to come over and help out on defense for UNLV. And keep that one out, but Vacas almost had goal number 2 of the day. And a corner kick on the way for the Lancers. But to go back and talk about that back line, Tim Bernardson, Daniel Johnson, they're freshmen on defense for the Lancers. So Manson will take this corner. It is all the way across to the far post. Punched away by Betts, and we'll have another corner for the Lancers. Inside of 20 minutes to play. CBU up 4-0. Gonzalez, Hockenstad, Vacas, and Aguirre, the goal scorers in this one. Lined into the box and headed away by UNLV. But Daniel comes near side to Mosqueda. Gonzalez flicks it ahead for Brinius, and he is offside by a step. And now a water break here in the second half. 19:03 to go in the second half between the Lancers and Rebels, and CBU. It's got to feel like they've put together their first complete performance since the win over Purdue Fort Wayne in just the second match of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. The Lancers at 0-1-1 in conference are staring down a win possibly against UNLV. CBU just continued to use those non-conference matchups, played some pretty tough teams too. UC Riverside, who is traditionally a contender in the Big West. Fullerton, who was ranked at the time that the Lancers played them to a 1-0 decision. And just kind of prepared themselves for the Western Athletic Conference. And now that they're here, a 2-0 loss to Seattle U, but then the draw against GCU, who won the tournament last season, and now a 4-0 lead over UNLV. Lancer fans, next time you're near campus, Be sure to stop by to enjoy the many great dining options here at CBU, thanks to Provider Contract Food Service. Provider has been voted the #1 best private college food in California since 2014. Riverside Medical Clinic has been caring for families in the Inland Empire for over 80 years. They are proud supporters of CBU athletics. With 7 clinic locations in the area, Riverside Medical Clinic, legendary care. So the Rebels will have to find answers quickly if they want to stay competitive in this one. Just under 19 minutes to work with. Down by 4 against the Lancers. CBU has not shown any signs of slowing down either. Victor Aguirre steps in the way of that crosser. So a corner for UNLV from the far side. This one lifted. Junsen the first to touch it. Comes back out to Gonzalez for UNLV. Near side Meacham. Taken away by Brian Gonzalez for the Lancers. Gonzalez cuts back inside. Vacas. Back to Gonzalez again. Junsen. In the air. Gonzalez settles it down for the Rebels. This one lifted all the way into the box, whereas Queen is there to hang on for the Lancers. Hanson fires this one the length of the field. Betts catches up with it. Sends it to Williams. All the way in front of Linham. And a foul against John Linham. Are you ready to respond to the needs of your community, but you don't know where to start? Send Relief is here to help. Text Send Relief to 888-111 for service opportunities and practical tools. Ramirez giving chase. Ramirez almost took it away, but Gonzalez able to control for UNLV. Manson. Back to McDaniel. Esqueen in the air. Wiesbach lost track of it, but Aguirre fires it ahead to Vacas, to Ramirez. That was a good one-touch from Vacas. He's so much fun to watch for the Lancers this season. All-American at Marshalltown Community College. Won a national championship there. And bringing an awful lot of offensive firepower with him to the Lancers. He's just a junior too, so CBU hopefully going to have him for another year after this. Aguirre played to the far sideline, back to Junsen. But you have to be happy with the way the Lancers have performed in this one. The defense doing what it's done essentially all season, which is shut opposing offenses down. And that shot going to miss wide left. Esqueen will have the goal kick. Lancers with a couple of substitutions. Evan Panganaban and Ruben Das will come on for the Lancers. But the offense really, for the first time in a while, as we see Panganaban take the field, a redshirt freshman. The first time in a while, they've come to life. And against a very good conference opponent, too. Co Michelson, if the Lancers can keep up that pace for the next 14 minutes or so, it's going to have a lot to be pleased about for these Lancers and a lot to look forward to going into the rest and the meat of the conference schedule for CBU. Gonzalez across to Yunson. That's Aguirre turning with it. Place it to Finn McDaniel. Quick throw in comes to Ramirez. Gives it to Brinius. Brinius cuts back inside. Oliver Brinius drops it back for Gonzalez. McDaniel chests it down along the sideline. McDaniel just sends one into the box. Das is there, and Das, with a redirection off the knee, is stopped by Betts. Benson. That one was denied as Panganaban was trying to get it to exit the Lancers zone. So UNLV holds it in. Foul on Panganaban, down with Linham. Quickly with it, Smith to the top of the box. Aguirre clears it out. Vacas, Ramirez, and Das running for the Lancers, and a very strong defensive effort from Meacham to step in the way of that one. The CBU had numbers on the counterattack. There's Linham. Plays it back inside. Panganaban steps in the way of that pass back to Linham. So Smith on it for the Rebels. Ryan. Here comes Das again. Ruben Das gets past a tackle by Smith. Das with space. Got Ramirez by himself far side. Das now crosses it. It's deflected and held out by Betts. Ruben Das with the individual effort. With how UNLV is playing down forward, they're leaving themselves very open to the counterattack, and the Lancers trying to take advantage as much as possible. CBU will bring on a couple new legs. It's going to be Niklas Hockenstad and Chris Heckenberg.
Now entering the game for the Lancers, number 8, Chris Heckenberg, and number 11, Niklas Hockenstad.
Hockenstad is just a sophomore out of Norway. Made one start in 2018, 5 goals as a freshman for the Lancers. So he's got the potential to be a major contributor throughout the rest of his time here. That shot, Esquin slides over and makes a nice save. I haven't had to call his name a whole lot in this match, but he rises to the challenge on that occasion. 10 minutes to play. Manson ahead for Hockenstad. We'll see if he can stay on side as he tries to get to that one. And instead, Williams will just send it back to Betts in the air. Aguirre the first to touch it for the Lancers. Gonzalez settles it, And controls to Griffin McDaniel on the far side. Finn McDaniel. As it's played back to Yunsen and across to Manson. Ganaban, Manson. Aguirre over to Daniel Yunsen. Linus Manson is just going to lift it toward that far side where UNLV takes right back over. Approaching 8.5 to go. CBU working on a shutout. Good clear by Manson. Jerry Ramirez. He's got so much speed and a lot of hustle. Appeared in 5 games last season with the Lancers as a freshman. And with the flashes that he's shown this season, he's got the potential to become a real attacking threat for the Lancer offense for the years to come. Doing his part to contribute this season as well. When he comes off the bench, he just causes headaches for the defenses of opposing teams. You hear the Lancers telling each other to keep up the pace and continue to push. Esqueen. It's important for the Lancers to kind of realize the potential that this offense has. That they can put up 4 goals in a conference game. McDaniel chases that one back. It'll be a throw-in for UNLV from the far sideline. Spoiled is the official oil change partner of CBU Athletics and is locally owned and operated. With 2 convenient locations right here in Riverside, make sure you stop in the next time you need a quick, quality oil change and get spoiled for a change. Dangerous ball in the box. Panganaban was there to help it out. And now a foul against UNLV. Esqueen in the air. Ramirez jumped for it. Hackenberg. All the way back to Gonzalez. There's side. This one sent into the box. Gu is there, and the Lancers put a stop. That is a distance shot and a rocket off the foot of Gonzalez. Linus Manson was there to block it aside, and now a corner kick coming for UNLV. Just outside of 5 minutes to play. Chilo Sanchez, the freshman from Las Vegas, is going to overshoot on that corner. Connor Ryan runs it down along the far side, loses it out of bounds, and the Lancers will have a throw-in. Substitution for CBU will stop the clock. since we are inside of 5 minutes. Tete Vacas back on for the Lancers. 4:51 to play.
Number 19, Tete Vacas.
So CBU throw in from near the corner flag in their own end. There's Hockenstad. Hockenstad to Ramirez near side. Ramirez holds up, lays it back into Hockenstad. Hockenstad circling back out of the box. Hockenstad along the end line. He's got Panganaban. Instead gives it to Ramirez. Ramirez holding. And it's touched out of bounds by Linham. Panganaban into the box, one bounce. Das tried to handle it. Taken away by Sanchez. Far side for UNLV. Out of bounds, Lancers will get it right back. We'll see Jerry Ramirez get a couple more opportunities. The sophomore show what he can do. That throw-in was intended for Vacas. But UNLV sends it right back out of bounds. McDaniel. Das lets it go by him. Along the sideline, McDaniel goes up to try to get it. Back to Jonsson. McDaniel. Hackenberg trying to control it for the Lancers. Hackenberg goes down and draws a foul. Lancers looking to make another substitution here late in this one. It'll stop the clock again if they do. And it looks like Caleb Jobert is waiting for a chance to come on. Panganaban plays this one inside for Vacas. Vacas ran onto it. Back up to Ramirez. He's holding, chips it back in. Gonzalez, good touch to Vacas. Vacas to Ramirez, and he just couldn't reach it. And a corner kick coming for CBU. So here comes Caleb Jobert, sophomore from Advance, North Carolina. Scored a goal as a redshirt freshman in 2018. Makes his way on for the Lancers. Linus Manson will take it. Sends this one to the far post. Gonzalez looking to clean up, and he misfires. Inside of 2 minutes to go now, the Lancers nursing a 4-goal lead. Vacas just sends it back to McDaniel, and the Lancers will likely play keep away here. Manson taking his time, back to Esquine, forcing UNLV to come up. Panganaban touches it down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez just gonna heave it. Jobert one touch. McDaniel onto it for the Lancers. McDaniel gonna fire one and miss just above the crossbar. Finn McDaniel.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
Looking for his first goal of his college career. And inside of a minute to play, CBU showing their full potential against UNLV. This is a big win and possibly a turning point in the season for CBU. They put everything together. The defense pitching a shutout, the offense posting 4 goals from 4 different athletes. This will be a late corner for UNLV. CBU trying to preserve the goose egg. Just a few seconds remaining. UNLV sends one across, and it's headed away by Jobert. One last shot is going to be on the ground and off target. And the Lancers will win this one in dominant fashion, 4-0 over UNLV. Brian Gonzalez opened the scoring in the first half, and then it was Hockenstad, Vacas, and Aguirre at the beginning of the second half as the Lancers with a complete win over UNLV. They will travel to take on Air Force, and you can see all smiles for CBU as that is a good win and one they can feel good about for the next couple of days. CBU 4, UNLV none.